We're live from New Delhi. You're watching TD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India scripts history at the T20 World Cup final, defeat New Zealand by 96 runs for third title. Prime Minister says their remarkable triumph reflects exceptional skills, determination and teamwork. Iran picks Khamenei's son Mujtaba to succeed as supreme leader. Leadership of Iranian armed forces pledge allegiance. Oil prices surge 20% on supply fears as US-Israeli war with Iran enters 10th day. Trump says small price to pay for defeating Iran. Asian markets fall sharply in early trade. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address post-budget webinar 2026-27 on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, fulfilling aspirations of people. Second phase of budget session begins with External Affairs Minister expected to make a statement on West Asia. And on to the details now. India scripted history by defeating New Zealand by 96 runs in the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup final at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad on Sunday. With this win, India became the first team ever to successfully defend the title and also lifted their third T20 World Cup trophy, making them the most successful team in the tournament's history. Also, India became the first side in the history of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup to win the tournament while hosting it or playing on home soil.
India produced a batting spectacle of rare ferocity to overwhelm New Zealand by 96 runs in the summit clash and defend the T20 World Cup title after posting a record total in Ahmedabad on Sunday. Powered by a blazing 89 from Sanju Samson and explosive half-centuries from Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan, India's top order went on a six-hitting spree to leave the New Zealand bowlers shell-shocked in the title clash, posting a massive 255 for 5. The total was the highest ever posted in a T20 World Cup final, capping a dominant display by the defending champions on the biggest stage of the tournament. India also became the first team to win the tournament thrice. Leading the bowling charge was Jasprit Bumrah, who delivered a match-winning spell, dismantling the New Zealand batting lineup with remarkable control and precision. The victory marks a historic moment for Indian cricket as the men in blue secured their third T20 World Cup crown, sparking celebrations among fans across the country after a dominant campaign throughout the tournament.
Well, the Indian leaders congratulated the men in blue on this historic victory. President Draupadi Murmu on social media platform X congratulated Team India, saying, and I quote, "Heartiest congratulations to Team India, which scaled several peaks of history by winning the ICC Men's T20 World Cup emphatically. India has the proud distinction of being the only country to win the Cup 3 times. It is also the only team to win the Cup twice in a row. This brings immense joy and pride to our cricket-loving people. It is also a marker of the rich talent pool we have among our youth in diverse fields. Every single player, entire management and the support staff deserve the highest praise for this collective triumph." Well, the Vice President also congratulated Team India on social media platform X. He said, and I quote, "Heartiest congratulations to Team India on winning the ICC Men's T20 World Cup once again and retaining the title with a history-making and commanding performance in the finale. India has become the first team to win 3 ICC Men's T20 World Cup titles, marking a proud moment for the nation. Best wishes to the entire team, support staff and the millions of fans whose unwavering support powered the remarkable achievement. The nation celebrates this glamorous victory with immense pride." Well, Prime Minister Modi also congratulated the men in blue on this historic victory on platform X. He said, and I quote, "Champions, congratulations to the Indian team on winning the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. This remarkable triumph reflects exceptional skills, determination and teamwork. They have shown outstanding grit, through the tournament. This victory has filled every Indian heart with pride and joy. Well done, Team India. Well, also, the fans celebrated the victory of Indian cricket team with a lot of jubilant cheer and fireworks across the country. Streets were filled with ecstatic crowds waving flags and chanting slogans in honor of Team India.
बुमराह ने बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग की है और पूरी टीम ने बिल्कुल एकजुट होकर के जो न्यूजीलैंड की टीम को बिल्कुल पानी तक पिला दिया है।
ये जीत सालों साल याद की जाएगी। बुमराह, सूर्य कुमार यादव सबने बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया।
आज के मैच में हमने हर एक बॉल पे बहुत दुआएं की थी और उसका हमें फल भी मिला है। आज वुमेन्स डे और रंग पंचमी दोनों की खुशी डबल हो गई है।
आज होली भी है, आज दिवाली भी है। देश और दुनिया के लिए इससे अच्छी खबर कोई भी नहीं हो सकती।
Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the post-budget webinar 2026-27 on Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, fulfilling aspirations of people on this day. The discussions will focus on translating the union budget's strategic reforms into actionable and outcome-oriented frameworks through consultation with stakeholders. The discussions will emphasize future-ready curricula, skilling pathways and innovation ecosystems, while strengthening education to employment linkages and expanding workforce capabilities aligned with the vision of Viksit Bharat or Developed India at 2047. Meanwhile, the second phase of India's budget session 2026-27 will begin today and will continue till 2nd of April. Lok Sabha is expected to take up a resolution seeking removal of Speaker Om Birla. The BJP and the Congress have issued a 3-line whip to their Lok Sabha MPs, directing them to be present in the House till Tuesday. Also expected in the lower house, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar making a statement regarding the situation in West Asia in Lok Sabha. While Rajya Sabha, the upper house, is likely to hold a discussion on the working of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, the first part of the budget session began on 28th of January and continued till 13th of February. During the first phase, the discussion took place on the motion of thanks to the President's address and the Union budget for 2026-27. Well, a new digital app, Digi Dukaan, was launched in Hyderabad on Sunday to help small traders do business more easily. The app was inaugurated by Chairman of the National Traders Welfare Board. The event was organized by the Federation of All India Distributors Association with representatives from 13 states. The Digi Dukaan app will allow small traders, including retail shop and store owners, to purchase goods directly through a digital platform and receive delivery at their shops. Well, every year on 8th of March, the world celebrates International Women's Day to honor the achievements and rights of women. In India, 2 events highlighted that participation of women is imperative for the making of Viksit Bharat. President Draupadi Murmu highlighted the government's efforts to boost female education, while Prime Minister Narendra Modi underlined that women are shaping India's progress with determination, creativity and unmatched zeal. This report has more details.
Events marking the International Women's Day were held across India. President Draupadi Murmu praised the national-level celebrations organized by the Ministry of Women and Child Development at the Manekshaw Center in New Delhi on Sunday. She highlighted the government's initiatives to boost female education.
पिछले 1 दशक में महिलाओं के सामने आने वाली रुकावटों को दूर करने के लिए मजबूत नींव रखी गई है। भारत ने स्कूल एजुकेशन में जेंडर पैरिटी प्राप्त कर रही है। हायर एजुकेशन में भी ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो की दृष्टि से बेटियों की संख्या अधिक है। साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी, इंजीनियरिंग एंड मैथमेटिक्स एकजुट है। एजुकेशन में महिलाओं की भागीदारी तेजी से बढ़ रही है। केंद्रीय बजट 2026-27 में प्रत्येक जिले में एक महिला छात्रावास की स्थापना का प्रावधान किया गया है, जिसमें स्टेम की छात्राओं को अपने अध्ययन को जारी रखने में सहायता मिलेगी।
President Murmu also addressed an event called Bharat Nari to Narayani, the first national convention of women thought leaders at the Vigyan Bhavan in the national capital. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also conveyed his warm wishes on the occasion. Taking to social media site X, he posted, and I quote, "On International Women's Day, I extend my greetings to all our Nari Shakti. Across every field, women are shaping India's progress with determination, creativity, and unmatched zeal. Their achievements inspire our nation and strengthen our collective resolve to build a Viksit Bharat. Empowerment of women is at the core of our various schemes and initiatives. We remain committed to creating opportunities that enable every woman to realize her full potential and contribute to India's journey of development." The Ministry of Women and Child Development also organized the women-led Shakti Walk titled as "She Leads Bharat" along the Kartavya Path in New Delhi. Bureau Report, DD India.
Well, moving on to Nepal now, Nepal's political landscape is undergoing a dramatic shift as the newly formed Rashtriya Swatantra Party led by Balendra Shah makes significant strides in the country's parliamentary elections. Shah's party is on the verge of securing a historic victory, sparking hope for a new era of leadership. DD India's Rahul Upadhyay brings us more on this.
Partial results from Nepal's parliamentary elections released on Sunday show Balendra Shah's newly formed Rashtriya Swatantra Party making remarkable gains. With the majority already secured in the direct contests, the party appears headed for a sweeping victory, signaling a dramatic transformation in the nation's political landscape.
I am very happy. I voted for him. I spoke to my friend in Damak and they said we had to vote for him once and make him win. We had to bring a change in the country.
We are very happy that Balen won here, Balendra Shah. We were fed up of our old government, old people running our government. Now the youth has come and we are very hopeful they will do good for us.
Counting is still underway in 14 constituencies, while final results have been declared in 151. The Rashtriya Swatantra Party has already secured 119 seats and is leading in 6 more under the first past-the-post system. In contrast, the Nepali Congress has managed to win only 17 seats, UML has 7 seats with leads in 2 constituencies, and NCP has won 6 seats while also leading in 2. Meanwhile, more than 80% of candidates are set to lose their security deposits after failing to secure at least 10% of valid votes in their constituencies. According to the election law, candidates must cross this threshold to retain their deposits submitted during the nomination. The Election Commission will release the final nationwide figure of forfeited deposits once counting concludes across all constituencies. In a notable gesture, former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli extended his congratulations to Balendra Shah following his victory in the latest parliamentary elections. On Saturday, Balendra Shah, former mayor of Kathmandu, delivered a stunning political upset by defeating former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli by more than 60,000 votes in Nepal's high-profile Jhapa 5 constituency. As Nepal awaits the final tally from the remaining constituencies, the surge of the Rashtriya Swatantra Party stands out as a defining moment in the nation's politics. Balendra Shah's journey from a reform-focused mayor to a national force reflects generational call for change. The days ahead will reveal whether this momentum can propel him toward leadership at the highest level, reshaping Nepal's political future. Rahul Upadhyay's report for DD India.
And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. We'll tell you who is Mujtaba Khamenei, Iran's new supreme leader. Germany's Greens projected to narrowly defeat Chancellor Friedrich Merz's Conservatives in regional vote. And Colombians vote in key election to choose presidential candidates amid tight security.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you. With majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout ho gaya.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching TT India Live. I'm Lipakshi Kuran, and moving on. Mujtaba Khamenei has been appointed as the new supreme leader of Iran 9 days after his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed in US-Israeli strikes amid the escalating West Asia war. Now, the decision was announced by the 88-member Assembly of Experts, which said it acted swiftly despite what it called aggression by the United States and Israel. The 56-year-old new supreme leader is widely seen as a hardliner close to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and is expected to continue his father's policies amid intensifying regional conflict. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has previously warned that any successor without American approval will not last long. Israel had also previously said that any new successor to the Ayatollah would be targeted. Well, Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of late Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, has been appointed to succeed his father as the new head of the Islamic Republic. Let's try to find out more about him. Born on September 8, 1969 in the holy city of Mashhad in eastern Iran, Mujtaba Khamenei is one of 6 children of the late Supreme Leader. He's the only child of the former Supreme Leader to hold a public position despite having no official post. He's also regarded as close to conservatives, notably because of his ties with the Revolutionary Guards, the ideological arm of the Islamic Republic's military. The US Treasury Department imposed sanctions on Mujtaba Khamenei in 2019 during President Donald Trump's first term. Opponents have notably accused him of playing a role in the violent crackdown that followed the re-election of ultra-conservative President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in 2009, which triggered a vast protest movement. Now, on the religious front, Mujtaba Khamenei studied theology in the holy city of Qom, south of Tehran, where he also taught. He attained the rank of Hajat al-Islam, a title given to mid-ranking clerics below that of Ayatollah, held by his father and by revolutionary leader Ruhollah Khomeini. The Assembly of Experts has 88 members who are elected every 8 years. Now, meanwhile, the global oil prices surged past $100 per barrel on Sunday for the first time since 2022, driven by the escalating US-Israel war with Iran that has shut the Strait of Hormuz and prompted production cuts by Iraq, Kuwait and others. Brent crude climbed over 15% to around $107 to $108, while West Texas Intermediate hit similar levels above $107 amid fears of prolonged supply disruptions, wiping out millions of barrels daily. Well, the US President Donald Trump on Sunday downplayed the war-driven surge in global oil prices, calling it a temporary inconvenience amid the ongoing US-led military campaign against Iran. In a Truth Social post, Trump stated that short-term oil price increases will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over, and described them as a very small price to pay for USA and world safety and peace. He added only fools would think differently. The comments come as escalating US and Israeli strikes on Iran disrupt key shipping routes like the Strait of Hormuz, fueling market volatility. Well, the oil markets have seen dramatic swings this century, and the current surge past $100 reminds us of past volatility. In 2008, Brent hit a record $147 on July 11th, with WTI peaking at the same level, driven by strong Chinese demand and low US stockpiles, before crashing to around $36 amid the global financial crisis. In 2011, the Arab Spring pushed Brent to $127 as uprisings toppled leaders in Tunisia, Egypt and Yemen, while unrest disrupted Libya's production. By 2012, Western sanctions on Iran's crude exports over nuclear concerns lifted prices above $100, sustained by Middle East tensions until a 2014 slide. Well, the 2020 COVID pandemic saw history's first negative prices, WTI at -$40 due to lockdowns and a Saudi-Russia price war. Then in 2022, Russia's invasion of Ukraine sent crude above $100 again, nearing 2008 highs as sanctions sparked supply chains. Well, the Asian stock markets are plunged in early Monday trade amid escalating US-Israel war with Iran, near total halt of maritime traffic through the Strait of Hormuz and surge in oil prices. South Korea's Kospi index fell sharply by 6.7%, while Japan's Nikkei 225 dropped around 5.8% after earlier dipping more than 6%. Meanwhile, Taiwan stocks have also fallen more than 5% in opening trade. The sell-off reflects heavy dependence on West Asia crude, with Japan sourcing about 95% of its oil imports from the region, much of it through the disrupted Strait of Hormuz, and South Korea ranking as the world's fourth largest crude importer. Well, the markets are reacting strongly to fears of prolonged supply disruptions. And India's Ministry of Civil Aviation continues to closely monitor the evolving airspace situation in West Asia amid the ongoing regional conflict. Indian carriers, including Air India, Air India Express, Indigo, SpiceJet and Akasa Air, are planning approximately 50 inbound flights for 9th of March, that is Monday, from key airports such as Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, Muscat and Jeddah, subject to operational feasibility and prevailing conditions. 49 such flights operated successfully on Sunday. Airlines are assessing additional airports for expanded operations. The ministry remains in constant coordination with stakeholders, closely tracking airfares to prevent undue surges. Government has urged the passengers to contact airlines for real-time updates on schedules and safety measures. And according to projections, Germany's Green Party is appearing set to narrowly defeat Chancellor Friedrich Merz's Conservatives in a regional election in Baden-Württemberg. The Greens, led by Cem Özdemir, were projected to win about 30.3% of the vote, just ahead of the Christian Democratic Union Party. If confirmed, Özdemir could become Germany's first state premier of Turkish heritage following coalition talks. The result is seen as a setback for Merz ahead of a series of regional votes later this year. Meanwhile, the far-right Alternative for Germany party seemed on track for a record result in a Western German state with roughly 18.7%. Well, the Colombians also cast their votes on Sunday in a pivotal election, choosing 3 of the presidential candidates who will contest elections this May. With more than 3,000 candidates vying for 102 Senate seats and 182 House seats, analysts are forecasting a divided Congress. This may pose challenges for the next president in pushing their agenda forward. To ensure security, 246,000 military and police personnel were placed on high alert to prevent disruptions by illegal armed groups. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.